up, bros and hoes? My name is OpTic MiDNiTE, bringing you another Q&A Tuesday episode. I'm very excited to get into this week's questions because I got some really good ones, and I've decided I'm only gonna answer one question about my sexuality because it seems like you guys have a lot of questions about that, and a lot of them have been answered already in either previous Q&A episodes or just different commentaries. So, the first question I got is from Zip Tie Trampers, and he says, how did your mom and dad react when you told them you were gay? And I've actually already answered this, I think it was a while ago though, but basically my mom was thought it was strange at first and she didn't like it. For the first few months, it took her a bit to adjust. And when I told my dad, it actually took him a few years to adjust. He would not acknowledge any girlfriends I had. He would not acknowledge any sort of anything about that. If I would be like, oh, my girlfriend's coming over, he'd be like, oh, okay, tell me when your friend is gonna be here. He'd always call them my friend, and I was like, dude, they're not my friend, but whatever. So anyway, what ended up happening was my dad finally, I had a girlfriend that, he actually, or she's not an ex-girlfriend, but I had a girlfriend at the time who he actually liked, as a person, and he kind of came around to the idea. And he was like, you know what, I support you, whatever you want to do, I love you no matter what. So, it took a while, but both my parents are really cool with that, and just I think any parent should accept their child or their kid for who they are, because it's who I am. So, either take it or leave it. So, anyway, Jonathan42064 asks, what do you do when people troll you? I don't get trolled as much as I used to. I don't know if, they realize that I really don't care, but when somebody trolls me, it actually gives me satisfaction. And why it gives me satisfaction is because it means I've won. If somebody has taken the time out of their day to try to affect me in a negative or positive way, I see that as a technical win for me. Sure, someone's trolling me, they're like, oh, you fucking fat dyke bitch, that whore, fucker, blah, and I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna block you now, just cause, I don't know, it just doesn't do anything for me after the initial, blow, I guess you could say. So, once, they get that out of their system, they're done trolling, they're like, okay, well, she actually wasn't affected by what I did at all, so what the fuck? So, in reality, trolls just waste their time with me. It just doesn't work on me that well. So, yeah, anyway, some people are, super affected by what people say. I've grown to have thick skin on this stuff, so I really could care less what anyone says about me. Sleight of Hand Exotic says, if your GB team gets super big to the point where you go to events, would you quit OpTic and stick with your GB team or manage both? That's a good question. I actually, when Black Ops 2 comes out, I plan on actually taking it pretty serious in the competitive aspect. Right now, I just play GB S&D variant for fun on GameBattles.com, and it's just, I don't really even do any tournaments, but I might in the future, and it's just really something I do for fun because I enjoy it. And, I'm not a big CTF person. I really like to learn it. And when Black Ops 2 comes out, I definitely want to give it a shot. As far as competing at events is definitely something that I would do if it ever got to that point where I was good enough or I was on a team with people that were good enough. I would definitely do that. It's definitely a great opportunity to take, and I think it's something that esports and competitive gaming, I've always supported it, and it'd just be even cooler to be a part of it. Whether I think I'm good enough for that, I don't know. Whether I could get on a team with people good enough, I don't know. Also, a lot of it would come down to, sponsor, being flown out. I probably, as far as the question goes, or the actual question this kid's asking, I would not leave OpTic. I will never leave OpTic. If I want to join a competitive team, I'm sure that Hex will support that, no matter what. I mean, you look at Nadeshot, he's on the YouTube roster, and he's gone to Envy, he's been on, other competitive teams, he's done his own teams, and he does a great job, and we support that. Whether he's under the OpTic name competing or whether he's not, always support people that are on your team no matter what. So, anyway, next question. Anna Ree, I don't want to say that, 619. Who do you think is the best OpTic member? Probably the guy I just mentioned, Nadeshot. I know I sound like a huge fangirl, but he's a great commentator, he's a great sniper, great competitive player. I look up to him a lot in the community just because of all the support that he has for the community. You could tell that he really does enjoy what he does, so that's awesome. Enigma Edits HD. What is your view on all these teen nobodies becoming famous? Example, One Direction, Justin Bieber, etc. Also, if you had the chance to be like one of them, would you take it or stay on YouTube? I am actually a big fan of Justin Bieber, and it's not necessarily that I like all of his songs. Like, I think most of his songs are pretty cool. You know, whatever, they're just there to listen to, and they're just something you can listen to and be like, oh yeah, cool. And I just think as a person he seems really nice, and he's living the dream. I mean, who wouldn't want to start doing what they love on YouTube and then just get recognized for that and then grind out? Like, he didn't just get famous, like a bunch of people saw his videos and then he was famous. Like, he had to grind for his record contract and what he has. And I think that is something that's very admirable, and I think that a lot of people that dislike Justin Bieber are frankly jealous, honestly. That's what I think. But if I had the opportunity to go get famous outside of YouTube because I got recognized at first on YouTube, hell yeah, I would take that. Life isn't about just like staying put. If you're not working towards something or working towards a goal in life, then you're not really doing anything. I mean, I'm not saying I'm working towards getting famous outside of YouTube, but if I did happen to, you know, who knows where this stuff could take me. It could take me nowhere, and I could just do it for a hobby, or it could take me to places I never thought it would be. I mean, if you would have told me 2 years ago I'd be where I am now, I'd have been like, ha, you're funny. So it all depends. So yeah. WildMaster578, if you had the chance to shoot one gun, what would it be? Barrett 50 cal. Abraham Lincoln 333. Would you rather know how you die or when you die? That's a fucking hard question, dude. Oh my gosh. I don't want to die. I'm very afraid of death. I said that last week and it's Q&A Tuesday, but I think I would rather know how. No. Because, like, what if they were like, oh, you die in a car crash? Then I could be like, wow, that could literally be, like, any day now, you know? Or what if they're like, oh, well, you're going to die in 2014. So I'm like, oh, shit, I only have 2 years. So I guess I would rather know when I die because that's less bad, I guess you could say. I would rather, you know, because what if they're like, oh, you die of cancer? Like, that could be tomorrow. Well, not really, but it could be soon. It could be in, like, 30 years. So I'd rather know when instead of what. So, yeah, I can't answer all the questions that I have this week, but go ahead and comment below if you have a question, and I'll try to answer it next week. I'll try to answer them as fast as possible. So, anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Have a good day.
Throw a hoodie on and come with me. The fire's dying down, we need gasoline. If there's time to pass, come and pass it with me. And let our minds run off and do miraculous things. Let the day give away the sun rays. And I'll trade my Mondays in for Sundays. And I'll lease the middle of the week to buy 4 Fridays and